Hey everybody, Joel with the Crypto Code. Hope you guys are well. I want to do a quick update on our TCC Market Pulse Tracker and our TCC Market Top Risk, some updates that we rolled out to our chart. So if you're one of our current Mastermind members, you'll find this right inside the members area. Let me show you where you can find that. Just go into the members area there, go under the power indicators and charts, and then you'll be able to see this area right here that says the TCC Market Pulse Top and Risk. And if you've already loaded up this indicator from before, go ahead and load up a new copy. Make sure you click the copy button after you do it. I'm going to show you a couple cool features. We've added some alerts to this and some color coding. You guys are going to love it. This chart is a game changer that helps answer the question, when should I buy crypto and when should I sell crypto and when should I get out of the market? So I'm going to go ahead and show you how to use this chart, and I'm going to go ahead and show you how to set up the alerts. So let's dive into it. Now, the most important thing you want to do with this chart is put this on a 1-day BTC USD, and that is on Bitstamp. So when you come in here, BTC USD, and that's on Bitstamp, because on TradingView, Bitstamp has the most history of Bitcoin. Now, when you're looking at this chart, just to recap, if you watched one of our other videos, what's different now is now we have some color-coded areas that show when we have extreme buy areas. So it's a little, you can't see it as well because it's in dark blue here, but when you get into these extreme buy areas and also a buy zone, then you get into sell zones and extreme sell zones. So let me go ahead and show you guys when we get into one of these zones. So for example, on Bitcoin, it doesn't happen very often, but when it does, that's when you really, really want to lean heavy into Bitcoin. So if I go back over to May of 2021, you can see we touched into the buy zones here. Great time to buy. And then we swung back up. Great time to start selling and taking profits. Okay. If I come back here and even go back even further back in the future, you can see these areas back in October 2019 when we hit into these buy zones. We barely tapped the extreme buy zone, and then we rocketed up into these sell zones here. All right, and then we came back down to these buy zones, and then we came back up and tapped the sell zone again. Same thing again. We came down to these extreme buy zones here in June of 2020, and then continued to hit these buy zones right here in probably the lowest part of Bitcoin. These buy indicators were hitting here, and then you can see we've been coming up here. We tapped the sell zone here again back almost 1 year ago, and then we came back and hit, just barely kind of started to get into these buy zones again here. Splash these buy indicators, and then we've been up ever since. So great time to get in. So where are we at right now? Well, we already tapped that buy zone again on November 24th, but we have not yet this cycle seen a hit into the extreme sell zone yet. And again, there's no predicting the future. You don't know exactly when we'll hit there, and something from the past will not predict the future. But all we know is that this is a darn good indicator to tell you when we are going to hit cycle tops. There was the cycle top here in 2021, and then you can go back in the future. There was the cycle top, nailed it right there on the 2017 of December, and then we actually caught the other cycle tops right back in here in 2013, and also, well, actually there was a couple cycle tops, 2013 and 2014. So the important thing about this chart is you want to really be monitoring the BTC USD chart and on Bitstamp, and really watch this, because when we start to get into these sell zones, this is when you want to start taking your profits. So I'll give you an example here. If I was accumulating Bitcoin in these zones here, I would have already taken my first profit, probably in March of 2024. I would have accumulated again and probably already started to take some of my profit right here. Does this work with other charts? Absolutely it does, but you always want to keep in mind Bitcoin. Now I'm going to go pull this on some of the other charts, but I want to just show you real quick how you can set alerts. So if you go into your alerts here, you can click on to create a new alert, and from here you can go in here and go to TCC Market Top Risk, and in here you're going to see price entering into the buy zone, price entering into the extreme buy zone, price entering into the sell zone, extreme sell zone, from the price exiting the buy zone, price exiting the extreme buy zone, price exiting from sell zone, and price exiting from the sell zone. Basically, you want to know when you get into these zones, and you can set alerts on all of these. Now, TradingView has a new feature where if you are looking at a list, so here's a bunch of trades that I'm in right now, you can actually set, let's see where this is. I think it might be here. Hold on, let me find it really quick. Here it is. Click on the name of your list, and there's a create alert on this list. I've actually never done it yet, but you can come up and say basically all the trades, all the pairs that you're following here, make an alert. So you can come up and say, I want to know when the top risks, when we are entering the buy zone, or I want to know when we're entering the extreme buy zone, or I want to know when they're entering the sell zone or the extreme sell zone. Do you think that would be valuable? You could monitor 100, 200 different crypto pairs and know when you get to these extreme buy zones or the extreme sell zones. So it's really a game changer. This chart will make a huge difference in your longer term trading. And some of the biggest wins you can have in crypto are when you have these longer term trades. Because do you ever struggle like wondering like, should I be buying now? Should I be selling now? Well, here it tells you right here with a very good probability that it's going to be correct. So let's go ahead and look at a couple of these here. Make sure you always put these on the daily chart when you do this. So let's go ahead and look at ETH. All right, I'm going to look at the history of ETH. So let's just go to this cycle here and take a look at ETH here. So here we go. Back in June of 2020, we were down to 819. We were in these extreme buy zones, these fear zones. People don't want to do that. And still, all the way buying up here from 800 to 2,000 was still really smart. Buy. Remember, you want to buy on red and you want to sell on green. So here we go. We tapped a year ago in March 2024. We tapped that extreme sell. And then here we go. Boom. You should have taken some of your profits, or maybe even taken all your profits. And then here we go. In September of this year, we had the buy zone again. And now we're getting really, really close to getting into the sell zone again. You can see those buy indicators there. So if we were just to take a chart here from here to here, you've been up 93% just in that trade. Obviously coming up to that sell zone if you would have sold right there. But even if you hadn't sold right there, you'd still be up some nice profit. So let's go through a couple more of these. I want to show you guys. So XRP is an interesting one because we've already hit the extreme sell zone. So hopefully if you're in XRP, you've already started layering out some of your profits. Now the thing about this, altcoins are going to run much differently than Bitcoin. And so you have to understand that this chart, use this as not like a cycle top, but more of like a, hey, this is a good time to get into these altcoins. This is the time to really start thinking about taking your profits. Now, this could still run quite high up here. You can't predict the future, but all I'll say is this. If you were buying XRP in these areas here, 35 cents, back here in a year ago, and you're up to $3.30, you better be taking some profits off the table. You've done a 659% at that top right there at these extreme zones. So you better be taking some profits, guys. One of the worst things you can do in trading is be up huge amounts and then watch it come all the way back down. Quant, here's another example. So same thing with Quant. Nice accumulation areas in here. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, extreme sell zone. You better be taking some profits. So now you have something that tells you, take your profits. Doesn't mean you have to take it all out. No, but you can. And nobody got hurt taking profits. If you had just followed this quant trade and accumulated in this buy zone, let's just say you caught the absolute bottom here, you would have been up 248% so far in quant when it told you to sell. But even if you had started accumulating in the areas when it first started hitting in here, you would have been up a good 108%. So can it go up a lot higher? Yeah, it can. So remember, you can set alerts for this now. Let me go ahead and go through a few different cryptos and show you guys. Now, this is Polygon. They renamed this ticker. This was Matic before. And so the thing is, it's a newer chart. So one thing you're going to understand about this, newer charts on a daily chart are not going to show as much data. You can put this on smaller time frames, and it's just not going to plot the data just as well. This works well. This works better on a 1 day chart. Actually, I've never tried it on a 12-hour chart. Yeah, 1 day chart, guys. You want to keep this on a 1 day chart. But if I go to Caspa, I can see Caspa, beautiful beautiful opportunities in here. Obviously, if this is a newer one. If you were in here, there's some pretty extreme sell zones there. But same thing, nice accumulation zones here on Caspa, all the way in through here. And what would you be up? You know, up just even if you'd accumulated in there 45%, and then from here from Caspa, you know, you'd be up about 86%. These are newer ones, and so you know, again, big caveats. Newer ones can be kind of crazy. This is a Turbos Finance, and Turbos, nice accumulation zone in here. So if we come in here, let's just say, oh, we caught the absolute bottom. We'd be up 721%. But even if you didn't catch the absolute bottom and you got in here, you would still be up 145%. So you can see we're already kind of getting into some of these buy zones. Again, doesn't mean it's going to stay up there, but we got into these nice sell zones. Let's go to Brett. And by the way, just because I show you some of these doesn't mean that you should go out and run out and buy these, because some of these will stay in the buy zone and never come out of the buy zone. So this is Brett. This is a very popular crypto, a meme coin. And same thing, you accumulate in here back on October earlier this year, buy, hit these extreme sell zones right there. That's a 228%. And here we are, we've already hit another buy here, and we've already we're heavy into the buy zone. We're probably we may get into this extreme buy zone. So this is areas when you could start to dollar cost average into these projects. Let's look at Ondo. Ondo will be a good one because Ondo has been on fire. It's a new one as well. But you can see in here, you want to wait to buy till you're really into these zones in here. So when was that? That was July, this last summer in here. If you would have gotten into Ondo right there, it would have been 318%. So you know when to buy. You buy below the line and you sell above the line. Anytime you hit into the sell zone, this is when you want to start taking your profits. Take 25% out. Take 50% out. Take 75%. Heck, take it all out right there. Okay, you'd be a superhero, right? If you bought here and you sold right here when you hit the first area in here, you'd be up 220%. So this shows you exactly when to buy and when to sell. Let me do a couple more. Injective protocol, same thing, guys, same thing. Okay, remember, put this on a daily chart. Buy zones in here, accumulation zones in here, sell zones in here. We already hit the sell zone in here. When it pierces the sell zone, take some profits. Take some profits on the table. Let's say you bought in here. That's a 138%, respectable 138%. Now we're hitting into these buy areas again here. Will it go down lower? It's very possible it could. Here's Aptos. Aptos, same thing, same thing. Let me show you this, same thing. Okay, Aptos, right here, September 2023, extreme buy zones in here. Let's just say you bought in one of these extreme buy zones in here and you tapped this extreme sell zone in here, you'd be about 227% up. Same thing here, you started to buy in these areas. Let's just say you bought here, you'd already be up 102% up to there. But if you were like thinking that it's going to go up forever and didn't take any profits out, you'd be back down into the buy areas now. So the nice thing about this is like how to do a couple really good trades every year, 2 or 3 good trades every year. So this takes a little bit of patience, but your patience will be rewarded. Same thing with ICP. ICP, guys, nice accumulation areas all through July, all August, September. We were kind of already out of those, but we still did a buy signal here. ICP, yeah, still the 100% there, not too bad. Let's do Pepe real quick. This will be the last one. So Pepe, again, the meme coins. And so if I were to look at the accumulation zone of last summer, by the way, guys, a lot of summers are good accumulation time. Everyone's on vacation. Not necessarily every year, but it'll be pretty amazing when you look at these charts. So if I bought Pepe up in there and I started to hit to the extreme zone right there, I would have had a 289% profit. And even if I was a little stubborn and still sold during this extreme zone, great. But then look how far it's retraced. It's already starting to get down to the sell zone. So this chart is a game changer. If you ever wanted to know when should I buy, when should I sell, it is right here in front of you guys. So if you can tell the colors, if you can tell this blue, and if you can look when we get to these sell zones, You'll do amazing with this. Last one. I knew I said I was going to do one more, but here's Kava. Okay, Kava again, all the way through June, all the way through last year, pretty boring, all the way through October, and then boom, boom, Kava took up. So let's just say you accumulated in here, you'd be up 162%, and your sell zone right there, it's in the red. You better take some profits out. Alrighty guys, if you liked this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. If you guys are watching this on our YouTube channel, if you're a mastermind member, make sure you go into the members area, load up this chart, and start using it in your long-term trading. This is a game changer. We also put the BTC chart on a copy of this BTC chart on our daily market report now. So you're going to start noticing that. You're going to notice when we're in these sell zones, extreme sell zones. Plus, as our trade portfolio, we'll also let you guys know which coins, tokens that we are getting into when we're accumulating and when we're taking profits. If you want to learn what we're doing, guys, if you're not already in the program, head on to the description of this video, click on the links. You can register for one of our workshops. Watch the workshop, take a short quiz at the end. We'll send you $10 in Bitcoin. You want to take the next step, you can actually join our program. We have an amazing program. We've got thousands of students in our program, and we've had amazing success. We want you to be one of those success stories as well, if you choose to join us. Guys, remember, crypto is risky. Make sure you have the right tools and strategies and training to learn how to do it right. This is Joel Peterson with the Crypto Code. As always, take massive action in your life, anything you do. We'll see you in another video, guys. Bye-bye.
Thanks for watching the Crypto Code. If you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more crypto insights. Let me know your thoughts on today's video in the comments below. You can also check out what we do here at the Crypto Code by registering for one of our free workshops where we show you how we and our students profit in crypto, no matter if the markets are up or down. If you register for the workshop, you also get access to a free weekly trade alert. Attend our free workshop, take a short quiz at the end, and we will send you $10 in Bitcoin. No purchase needed. We have already given away hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of Bitcoin just this year alone. Just look for the link in the description of this video to register for the workshop. It will be worth your time. Our public trade record currently has a 90% win rate, and you can view it here. Best of luck with your investments, and remember to stay informed and stay safe in the crypto world. See you next time.